Most conversations follow a predictable race. One person talks while the other silently constructs their reply, scanning incoming audio for an opening to jump in. They hear the words, but only wait for their turn to speak. This default behavior creates a conversational vacuum, where information is spoken but nothing is absorbed. This dynamic builds isolated teams, solidifies departmental silos, and guarantees that minor disagreements spiral into endless, unresolved arguments. Escaping this cycle requires treating listening as an active, mechanical process. As Stephen Covey observed, the goal of listening must shift from preparing a response to deliberately intending to understand. The mirror effect facilitates this shift by reflecting a speaker's reality back to them. This process allows the speaker to clearly perceive their own thoughts from the outside, often for the first time. In a world of isolated minds, offering a precise reflection of someone's intent serves as the only verifiable proof that true communication has occurred. There is a sharp distinction between physically hearing a sentence and achieving empathic accuracy. Empathic accuracy requires the listener to correctly identify and assess the underlying meaning and emotions driving another person's words. Novices often attempt to show they are listening by using exact word-for-word repetition of the speaker's statement. This one-to-one repetition, or parroting, derails the speaker's original train of thought. As the diagram shows, exact repetition creates a cognitive bottleneck and frequently creates a feeling of disingenuousness. Effective paraphrasing instead follows the human pathway, condensing the message to its absolute essence. A successful reflection requires the listener to completely remove their own personal bias and judgment from the statement. The goal of the reflection is to prove that the human intent behind the words was processed and respected, rather than just confirming that audio was received. Constructing a successful reflection relies on a cognitive architecture that balances three inputs: facts, beliefs, and emotions. The first pillar requires translating the objective facts and the perceptive beliefs embedded within the speaker's statement. This is the raw data of their reality. The second pillar involves verifying the unstated emotive feelings that drive the speaker's words. Identifying these hidden emotions is critical to understanding the true meaning of the message. Listeners can safely initiate these reflections using a linguistic buffer. Phrases like, "So what you're saying is," or, in other words, signal that you are working to understand without judgment. These buffer phrases psychologically disarm the speaker and explicitly invite them to correct the record if the reflection is inaccurate. Combining these structural pillars with a soft linguistic buffer transforms a combative conversation into a collaborative problem-solving session. These mechanics scale directly into high-pressure environments, such as hostile negotiations or deep organizational conflicts. Professionals in these fields rely on tactical empathy. This is an active negotiation tool used to understand a counterpart's motivations and neutralize their hostility. Labeling a negative emotion biologically short-circuits the brain's threat response. As the diagram shows, accurate identification of an emotion cools the biological alarm system and lowers the person's defenses. Validating a counterpart's emotion is a tactical move, not an agreement with their demands. In the heat of conflict, paraphrasing acts as a calculated psychological cooling mechanism that disarms defensiveness rather than a concession of terms. Beyond the mechanics of de-escalation, these tools serve the ultimate human goal of the conversation: establishing deep psychological safety. When a speaker's complex thoughts are accurately reflected back, they experience a wave of physical and emotional relief. Their posture will visibly relax. Eliciting a definitive "that's right" from the speaker is the ultimate metric of success, carrying more weight than any profound counterargument. Mastering these structural reflections gives you the power to make another human being feel entirely seen and understood.